Hello everyone, we are Group AA, and my name is Sun Han-mo. The other three group members in our group are Wu Jieli, Chen Shiru, and Li Liao. Now, we are going to start our group speech. Our research topic is the impact of international oil price fluctuations on China's GDP, an empirical analysis based on the ARDL model. This is our outline. There are 4 parts. And next, I will going to talk about the first part, introduction. As we all know, international oil price as an important variable in the global economy not only profoundly affects the macroeconomic regulation and the energy price of countries, but also have a multi-faced effect on economic activities. For China, which is highly dependent on oil imports, the impact of oil price volatility is particularly significant. For example, raising oil price will push up production costs, weaken enterprise competitiveness, and inhibit investment and consumption. In recent years, the growing uncertainty in the global economic and the increased volatility in the oil market, especially under the influence of epidemics, geopolitical conflicts, and other events, have posed greater challenges to the resilience of the Chinese economy. Therefore, an in-depth study of the dynamic relationship between oil price volatility and China's GDP is of great academic value, as well as providing empirical support to the government in risk management, macro control, and energy price making. This study employs an ARDL model to comprehensively reveal the impact of oil price volatility on Chinese economy. And we have 2 objectives of our study. The first one is quantify the short-term and long-term impacts of international oil price fluctuations on China's GDP. Analyze the direct and indirect efforts of oil price fluctuations on China's economic growth by constructing the ARDL model. The second is provide a theoretical base of energy price and economic decision-making by revealing the dynamic relationship between oil price and economic groups. We propose policy recommendations to mitigate the negative impacts of oil price fluctuations on China's economy. And the next part is for our group member, Wu Jieli.
Hello, my name is Wu Jieli. Now I will introduce the second part, data sources and the methodological framework. This study aims to explore the relationship between global oil price and China's annual GDP over the period 2004 to 2023. So the GDP data is come from the National Bureau of Statistics of China. For global oil prices, we rely on the data from the FRED website using the Brent crude oil price as our benchmark because the Brent crude oil price is widely recognized as a reliable indicator of global oil price changes, making it a suitable choice for this study. The international oil price as the independent variable and the Chinese GDP as the dependent variable. For the perspective of economic growth theory, energy is fundamental to production activities. Changes in oil price can impact economic cost and efficiency, which influence the scale of the economic production and its growth rate. In data preparation, we first recognize the GDP variable to reduce scale differences and enhance explanatory power. Following this, we apply unit tax, the ADF and PP tax, to examine the stationarity of the data. If the statistic is lower than the critical value and the p-value is less than 5%, we reject the null hypothesis indicating stationarities. Otherwise, we apply first-order differences and retest the stationarity of the data. We choose the ARDL model because it is flexible enough to handle both stationary and non-stationary data. Additionally, it allows us to examine the both short-run and long-run relationships. The process involves verifying the stationarity of the variables and building the ARD model when stationarity is confirmed. Next, we use bond test to determine whether a long-run relationship exists between oil prices and GDP. The null hypothesis states that no co-integration exists. If the F statistic exceeds the upper critical value, we reject the null hypothesis, indicating a long-run relationship. If there is a long-run relationship, then a long-run equation is created. So you can see it is a long-run equation. Short-run equation include yield correction distance, denoted as a measures the speed at which deviations from long-run equilibrium are corrected. To ensure the robustness of our model, we conduct stability tests using cumulative sum of square plots. These plots help us verify whether the coefficients remain stable over time. If the plots stay within 5% significant interval, we accept that coefficients are stable. So this is our methodological framework. Next, my friend will introduce our analysis results and discussion.
Hello, my name is Chen Shiru. Now let's move on to the next point, which is the empirical results and discussion. First, we conducted ADF and PP tests to check the stationarity of our data. We found that while the raw data series were non-stationary, their first differences were stationary. This means our series are integrated of order 1. We proceeded with our analysis based on this finding. To recap our modeling journey, our goal was to analyze the long-term and short-term relationship between GDP and oil price. We performed a box test, and as shown in the chart, the F statistic value is 18.4934. Since this value is greater than the critical value at a 1% significant level, we can conclude that there is a long-term relationship between our variables. Next, we use the OK information criterion to automatically select the lab order for the ARDL model. The resulting ARDL long-term model shows a positive correlation between GDP and oil prices. Specifically, for every unit change in oil price, the logarithmic GDP changes by 0.041 units in the long run. In our analysis of short-term dynamics, we found that the error correction variable is positive and statistically significant. This indicates that short-term shocks can cause the variables to deviate from their long-term equilibrium. Now let's look at the results of our model diagnostic test. According to the chart, the residues follow a normal distribution. Additionally, there are no issues with autocorrelation or heterostaticity, and there are no specification errors in the model. Furthermore, the two figures show that the model is structurally stable. In conclusion, our model performs well overall and can accurately capture both the long-term and short-term relationship between GDP and oil prices. This makes it suitable for analysis and forecasting.
Our study utilized the ARDL model to explore short-term and long-term relationships. The model's performance was rigorously evaluated to ensure reliability. Both GDP and the oil price series were tested for stationary using ADF and PP test. After first-order differencing, the data were confirmed as stationary. The bond test F statistic was 18.493, significantly exceeding the critical value of 5.58 at 1% level, confirming a long-run relationship. The residuals passed the diagnostic test, showing normality, no serious correlation, and no heterostaticity. The QSUM and QSUM plot remain within the 5% significance boundaries, verifying the stability of the model coefficients. Our findings highlight two significant dynamics. For short-term impacts, oil price shocks cause immediate deviation from equilibrium. The error correction term was statistically significant, indicating adjustment back to equilibrium over time. For long-term relationship, a positive correlation exists. A 1% rise in oil prices lead to a 0.041% increase in GDP in the long term, reflecting sustained but moderate economic influence. These results underline the importance of energy efficiency improvements and diversification of energy sources to mitigate oil price impacts on economic stability. Thank you for listening.